everybody, and welcome to the Streaming Rainbow. My name is Bastion, and I am your MC for today's game, the second episode of Olympus. I'm joined here by three of my favorite people, Sera, Danny, and Tower, as our wonderful, wonderful players. Our scene kicks off immediately. Walls are a soft white stone. You can see a sort of thin layer of dust where this soft stone has ground away over the years. A beautiful, massive stained glass window frames a hulking figure in a full suit of armor sitting behind a massive, elegant, dark wooden desk. The figure is typing at some sort of terminal. The terminal that our players would recognize as the in-game forum access terminal. The camera zooms in and shows a post from Kalis of Eidolon's Ascendant, the top raiding guild in Olympus, known for their world firsts, actively hunting, but also known for their community support. They've written a number of dungeon guides. They have a second guild called Phantom First with thousands, tens of thousands of members. That's a very noob-friendly guild that's meant to help welcome people into the fold when they don't have friends they're coming to join, things like that, and also to serve as recruitment for their hardcore raiding guild, Eidolon's Ascendant. The forum post, as it zooms in on the screen, says, regarding the Hydra incident. It is a mega thread of all of the information that has been gathered about the Hydra incident, which so far is basically nothing. There's several screenshots of people with their closed captioning turned off that show that bell chimes, Hydra.isawake, open parentheses, close parentheses, confirming that it does exist, that something did happen, but Hydras aren't mentioned anywhere else in the Olympus lore. There's no Hydra monsters that exists or that you can fight. So the thread is short, despite being a mega thread in terms of actual content, but hundreds of pages already of people commenting, speculating, trying to figure out what happens, red herrings. Oh, I swear I saw a Hydra just off the East Coast. If you swim for 200 miles, you'll see, like, type of theory crafting from, like, old days, before you had guides, before you had Google to go and figure out what to do. That type of, like, excited, furious, what do we do? And as Kalis signs off his own post saying that Eidolon's Ascendant will continue to investigate the matter and bring any information they find to this post, signs off with his well-known signature, glory above all, turns in his desk and opens the stained glass windows to a view of a massive city in the Talos Kingdom. Industry, smoke, people, bigger than any of the cities our players have seen thus far at that 3/4 mark up the mountain. You hear the muffled voice from inside of the helm says, "Spread out the Phantom First players. Let's gather information on the lower half of the mountain. Eidolon's Ascendant, scour the peak. There's gotta be something. Something's changed." As the scene fades out, All three of our characters get an additional Fabula points from a villain entering.
Oh,
Fantastic.
I
love
love to hear it.
I'm gonna make those ascendants descend. Yeah.
Good luck. The scene fades out into the sun and fades back in. The hundreds, the thousands really, of people on the forums trying to figure out what is going on in Olympus. We have three of our own theory crafters with some inside knowledge. Diana, when you want to take a break from the office, where do you go?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think there's usually a park that she likes to get to just to get some fresh air, but she needs internet access for this, for researching and theory crafting, so it's not as accessible for that. But there is a bagel shop right next to the park, and that functions in a pinch. That outdoor seating, that works well enough.
Awesome. Our scene opens up in front of the Bagels and More shop with a little patio, the little cute tables that would never actually fit anything on them functionally, more than a couple of bagels, but it's enough for the shop. There's a little umbrella that is never at the right angle to actually block the sun, but it is very cute. Pink umbrellas, baby blue tables, that sort of perfect downtown aesthetic. A little overly curated, but still good. As our three players meet up for the first time outside of Olympus. Diana gets there first, having sent the invite to the other two to discuss things in person and away from the internet, the distraction of email, the frankly absurd outpouring of emails that Diana has gotten since the Hydra is Awake incident. Diana, as you sort of sidle up to this bagel shop, what is going through your mind?
Scouring the forums, the word of the Discord servers, the Reddit pages, the word of mouth. Everyone's focused on the peak. Everyone's looking up. Everyone is focused on looking up higher on the mountain. It feels very short-sighted. It feels very simple to think that a new raid boss is just going to spawn at the next highest part of the mountain. I don't know. Nothing's right about this, and I think over and over again she keeps saying, almost reinforce it, couldn't have been a coincidence. We did something that the game didn't want us to do, and there was a audio cue server-wide. Multi-server-wide, it sounds like. It's the constant reminding herself that can't be coincidence. There's no possible way that they didn't activate something. They poked something.
Yeah.
What in the hell could it be? She has no idea still. But she just thinks it's a little too simple to keep looking up and expect something to appear in the clouds.
Absolutely. Far too simple. And between Eddie and Becky, which of y'all do you think is more on time?
I mean, I think Eddie would think it's Becky. I don't know if Becky would agree.
Yeah, it's probably Becky. I think you're right. I think she's gonna. I think this is one of the places where she's like me, where she's chronically early for everywhere. So she'll show up quickly then.
Yeah. And as you show up, what's going through your mind?
So, if the bagel is an everything bagel, how can it be and more?
He's asking the questions that we're all too afraid to.
Yeah, that's deep.
That's great.
How can you do more than everything? It's
What's
nonsense.
infinity? What's
It's
infinity
nonsense.
plus one? Right?
Nonsense. Nonsense, Bagel.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Yeah.
she is obsessing over we did this, we did this, we did this. And she can't say we did this, but it's in her head.
Yeah, absolutely. And Diana, as you see this 60-year-old woman walk up to the bagel shop, what is your reaction to Becky? Becky, you've seen pictures of Diana in articles and such, but I think this is probably Diana's first time like seeing what Becky looks like.
Yeah, I don't imagine Becky is the most public with her personal appearance online.
Not at all.
Yeah, actually, no, I know for a fact that that's not what you didn't. I think at first she doesn't notice her. I think it's a little bit of space out, like still looking at the laptop, like organizing her tabs and her folders and her PDF files.
Mm-hmm.
And just so it takes a second before she like even clocks that someone's walking up. But after seeing you kind of like looking around the tables or looking for an entrance or something, she kind of looks up, and then after second guessing, like maybe it's not, for a second she kind of just like puts a hand up to do like a little meek wave.
Oh, hello,
Becky?
Diana.
The legend in person, Mrs. Beats herself.
Don't spread it around, or everyone will be wanting some.
Sit down. Do you want anything? They have a mean everything plus bagel.
Amazing. That is what I want. I want that so badly.
They give you the list of everything that's on the bagel, and then they give you a list of everything else that could be on it. It's a weird concept, but just like these in-town places that want to do something fancy. Sorry, I'm rambling. My mind has been running a million miles a second since we got offline, I can't lie.
Yes.
Yes, sir, yeah, here, let me, she'll kind of get up even before you say anything to pull up a chair for you.
Oh, yes. Right, I forgot to sit down. Yes. Okay. So she sits and sort of slumps into position and does not look up, is just staring at the table and says, "So we did that, right?"
I have to keep telling myself that because I've heard of like MMOs having like special events for people who find it first or something, but that was weird. Oh, weird. I think that we did that though, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you told anyone?
Mm-mm.
I've been scared to tell my editor. I don't know if scared, that's not the right word, more just like apprehensive.
Yeah, maybe not until we crack the case of what's going on.
I have gotten DMs from my editor already asking why isn't the Hydra in the guide, and I did have to respond, we don't know what the Hydra is yet, but that's as far as I've gone in terms of unlocking the key there.
Mm.
And as the two of you settle in, our final member, still on time, just not early, Eddie sidles on up. Eddie, what is going through your mind right now?
So Eddie is super stoked to meet up. Is really excited because ever since they played together and he saw how skilled Diana was, he's actually done a little bit of digging and found a little bit of information that he's been able to piece together on like other sightings in games of Diana that he thinks were probably accurate, right? Like they're kind of rumor level, because she tries to hide her identity in these games a lot of the time.
Alts.
Right. But but he's actually like not bad at tracking that kind of thing down. And he's pretty confident he's found some examples of some really like cool gameplay that she didn't even necessarily write about, as best he could tell, right? So he's really stoked about that. He loves a good mystery, and obviously he loves this challenge. He's actually coming up. He shows up in a runner's outfit. He actually ran over there from his house with his dog. So he has his golden retriever with him. And Becky would have known that this was coming, but I don't think he actually told Diana he was bringing the dog. I think he just showed up with the dog, thinking like, I'm gonna go for a run. I'm gonna take my dog. She needs some exercise, you know. Shows up. You see him come up a little bit sweaty, not gross, just like a tiny bit, right? Checking his pulse there. He wants to get himself a drink right away, something to hydrate with. He has a water bottle with him, but he's looking for like a juice or something. He sits down with everybody. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if I was. Am I late?"
No,
you're fine.
So you're right on. I think you're good.
Okay, good. Yeah, I hate that. I'm sorry. I used to have an issue with being late a lot. I mean, Becky knows, right? She's actually helped me really like try to get over it. And I so I get a little nervous, right, about that. I don't want to be disrespectful of people's time. So thank you, Diana, for meeting with us. Really, really appreciate it. Did it, Bex?
Normal.
I'm sorry. I'm a little nervous. I got to be honest with you. I've been doing a little bit of like Google stalking, not in like a creepy way, right? On some of your work, and I'm really
You're using the word stalking. I mean, it automatically becomes a little creepy once you add the word stalking.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just self-deprecatingly, right? Like I hope it's not weird that I looked up some stuff about yours. But I want you know I really like playing alongside of you when we got to play now, and I've been digging your work, you know. Anyway, Bex, you know, just stop me. I'm rambling. Did I miss anything important?
Yep. And with that, I would like each of you to please make an insight willpower roll.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Can do.
Insight, my favorite of all
Favorite
rolls.
stat.
Yes. All right, that is an 8 for Eddie.
Let's see. That's a 10 total.
10,
9.
All right. So it's only been like a day since since you all found the torch, and all of this forum activity has exploded. Everything in Diana's work life has exploded. Everything has kind of come to a head very quickly. And kind of trying to dig into it and get what information you can. The immediate sort of thought is to go to the old garden. The old garden is where Hollow Point Phoebe's race comes from. It's a place of rot and nymphs and fairies and undead. It came apart as part of an undead expansion that was added to Olympus a while back, but that expansion also added fast travel through what it calls the Styx network. That is the network of souls. You hop on a ferry and it zooms you across to any other place that has like a node on the network, on the Styx network. And the old garden is kind of one of the main central hubs. You can get to most places on Olympus from the old garden. So it winds up being a good place to react quickly if new information comes up, but also to find other players and try and get some information, or try and get information from the NPCs in this area. The NPCs are not what you'd think of when you think of like a typical MMO NPC right now in a game. These NPCs they feel like they're living, breathing people. They respond naturally to speaking, they have gestures, they have whole backstories and lives that they can talk to and talk about. There's real depth of characterization and lore in these NPCs, and the NPCs in the old garden tend to be a lot more of like the information broker types or things like that, where you can get more information on lore or the goings on around the world. But in thinking about the old garden, see, Diana, you got a 10, right?
I got a 10, yeah.
Yeah, with your 10, you get a ping on your email that is a reminder from your boss. It says that, hey, Olympus is predicted to hit 20 million active players today. Make sure you got an article queued up for when that happens so that we can capitalize on this tentpole. Which, yeah, you knew it's coming. You've already got the article written. It's a whole, like, history of Olympus and how it got here to become, like, the most popular VRMMORPG and MMORPG, really, of all time. But as you're thinking of the old garden and where to go next, you're reminded of an old forum thread around sort of rare encounters, and you're pretty sure there's something in the old garden that is theorized to be tied to active player count, some sort of event that could potentially get you a really powerful item or really exclusive information, but you haven't done a whole lot of digging there yet. You sort of connect those dots mid-conversation as you get this ping on your phone.
I think, like, as Becky and Eddie are, like, talking about something, Diana kind of, like, stares off at her computer and kind of does, you see her eyes start to dart from place to place on her screen as she connects the dots. And just, like, kind of, like, finally peeks up from, like, almost, like, from under her laptop, almost. Looking like, I think I have an idea of where we can go if we don't know where we're looking, if that makes sense.
Want to hear more?
Yeah.
You know about the old gardens NPCs and how they're, like, kind of ridiculous when it comes to, like, the broadness of information you can get from them. Like, you can ping them on anything, you can, like, prompt them on so many things. Like, there's a couple NPCs where you can, like, do free prompts instead of responses. Like, it's broad. I don't know how intentional it is in the game system, but it's real broad. It's kind of the reason I picked Revenant Nymph for Phoebe's species, just because I can get a lot of dirt there, even if it's a little high level at the start. But we don't really know what we're looking for, and we're looking for something that's not public, seemingly. Especially if it's tied to an old update. Well, consider this. She kind of, like, does, like, hand motions to, like, mime out a timeline of... At the beginning here, we have the development, the shrine missions, the lighting the flames, and a possible extra shrine that was made, and let's say, theoretically, a raid boss that was not fully implemented. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Pass all the way up here, they either fail to patch it or something else is going on with it. Maybe they just forgot about it. You know, the development cycle gets real fast. It's where they get real, like, looped up with it. I've seen them update stuff that I write articles about being bugs, and then they update it right after because they see it. I mean, I'm a playtester for them pretty much. I could get a stipend. Sorry, my point being, though, they go all this way, they don't patch it, and then they finally have that little slip-up, you know, where they said they were going to patch it, and then they don't. Well, GM, was there a raid boss for the Lighting the Flames event?
There was. It was not a Hydra. It was a Minotaur that would spawn in the labyrinth if you got all of the torches in the high-level area lit.
Okay. in the highest level area
of the labyrinth. Yeah.
Okay, checking. Like, I know we had the Minotaur back then, but I mean, if that shrine is that old, it's not like they would have added a boss viewed into a shrine from that event, programmed since that event ended. My point being, I think this goes back a long way. And the old garden, usually for like in-game information, in-game lore, they've got deep pockets of that kind of stuff. As long as we have what they want. Maybe they have something. Maybe they programmed in a hint about it and didn't get rid of it, just like they didn't get rid of the shrine view. The shrine, like, little ping, you know? Maybe there's a morsel of information if we ask the right questions. They might have something that was left over. There's no way they can be that thorough with scrubbing out this old stuff if the whole frickin' shrine was there. I know they're thorough, but they're clearly not as thorough as they claim to be.
Or maybe they left it there as like kind of a unique encounter. Like maybe they left it up. Maybe it wasn't a mistake, right?
Why? But why do that?
Knowing that there's players out there like us who love to find these things, and then maybe they could find a way to like hype up the player base. I mean, think about it. That chime goes off. Yeah, maybe it was a mistake, right? That the closed captioning gave away what the chime meant. Even if the closed captioning hadn't been on, everybody hears a chime. People are going to buzz about that, right? But then the closed captioning very clearly referenced something. You're right. Maybe it's something that's old in the architecture. And even if it is, maybe it's something that's still really exciting and new. Maybe it was like an extra, like an Uber boss, right? For that event that nobody ever reached. But maybe it's something new that they've patched in. Maybe they were in there tooling around with it, like, oh, what do we take this out? Maybe it's load bearing, maybe whatever. They're like, why don't we use this, right? Sometimes it's fun to, from what I read, you'd know better than I would, but like, if I put myself in the shoes of the devs, I feel like it'd be fun to like put in those kinds of Easter eggs, and only the people who really try hard to find it get it, and then that gets the whole player base excited. I know it excites me as a player, right? So I don't know. I think either way, it's something really exciting that we could dig into, that we could get at first, and that we could really uncover and explore, and maybe world's first it, right? Maybe get in there before the top guilds get at it, and then you could have that as a scoop. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I have something ready for I have a due date today, but that's not important. I mean, we're gonna have another due date. But I mean, yeah, if it's something, it's a lead. It's interesting. It's gonna be a first for all of us. I mean, it would also be talking about triggering Hydra sound in the first place, considering we apparently did that. I think Diana kind of like has her gaze kind of turns to Becky a little bit. Like, but like, does that like happen reusing old stuff? And like how often does that happen in big games like this?
Reusing code is one thing, but reusing entire setups like this seems unlikely. I'm checking on my phone the patch notes to see if there is another patch scheduled for soon.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, the devs have been oddly quiet since the chime of the Hydra's bell. They haven't come out and made any sort of official comments about it.
And they're not suggesting an emergency patch to fix it. That is leaning me a little more towards Eddie's theory that this is intentional.
Right? That's what I'm thinking, Bex. I mean, look, you're the expert, but like, I don't know. I also kind of just want it to be, right? Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm really excited about the idea that it's just like, it's this Easter egg, this nugget, this thing that just because we were tenacious enough and talented enough together, right? To get in there. Like, love that. I want it to be true, and I know that that's blinding me a little bit, but it gives me a lot of comfort to hear that, Bex, you think at least there's like maybe something to it, you know?
Do.
This is weird. I don't know if you guys look into this stuff kind of more than I do, but this is all just, it's got a weird feeling to it all.
Well, I mean, I mentioned to you, you know, when we talked before about the weirder stuff that I've read about. I don't, to be clear, I don't think that stuff is true, but like that whole AGI thing and whatever. I think they talked about that with the old Garden too, right? About like, oh, these NPCs
Oh
are
yeah,
so
no, it
good.
was in the conversations 100%. They were like, they reused the code from Labyrinthos, they just reskinned it to be working for something different, and like, it's okay. How transparent is the company usually? Just generally with their audience, with the community, and with public.
Yeah, so usually they're pretty tight-lipped in terms of like upcoming content, but their community team is very good and very responsive. A lot of people credit that community team for the success of Olympus in the early days in terms of like actually getting the forum up off the grounds and working, getting the Discord like set up and well moderated and things like that. So usually for community facing stuff like this, there would be a comment right now. Most players suspect that they're like waiting for the official like PR line so they can like tow it all together. But usually they would respond faster than this.
In the Discord and possibly in the forums, you had mentioned that the top guild has this like sort of very well developed farming system and seems to be pretty involved in, let's call it, the social politics of the game, right? Is that true on the forums and the Discord? Like, do they have any kind of moderator status? Are they just very active there?
Yeah, so there are a couple members that have been promoted to like community mods on the Discord just to like help with volunteering and things like that. The Eidolon's Ascendant also have their own Discord. They host like their own events and things like that. That's like pretty well regarded. They do a lot of like raid training events and things like that, as well as a lot of like streaming of their actual like content and clearing.
I think Eddie leans toward Diana and says, you know, Eidolon's Ascendant is constantly trying to scrub the Discord of any discussions of this kind of content because they always want to get in there first, right? Like they do this farming system, but I tell you, it's a trick. They use all these new players. Oh, it's going to be so nice and we're going to help you figure out how to play the game. No, they use them. They use them as fodder. They use them to get information and they hoard everything for themselves. And they're just these meta players. They chase the meta from one moment to the next. It's so uncreative. It's terrible. So, you know.
Pro Guild has unethical practices. News at 11, fork found in kitchen.
I mean, I hear you. But what I mean to say is, I think it's telling that they must think that there's something to, not the AGI rumors exactly, but like the way that this was coded, and that there's maybe a little bit more to what we're looking at now in this situation. Because from what I've been monitoring on the forums and in the Discord, it looks like they're keeping it zipped up, right? It looks like they're taking it seriously enough to try to suppress it. Right, to suppress the community conversation as community mods and things like that.
Actually, I'd like to do something as we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
I'd like to open my Instagram and go to one of the publicist team's page, and I'd like to DM them.
The publicist for the Olympus?
One of the community outreach team's members, maybe one I have a relationship with.
Yeah, you hop onto Instagram and you reach out to one of your contacts at Olympus, Courtney Hirth. Her Instagram is just Olympus_Blueburb. But what do you hit her with?
I would like to send. Yeah, I'd like to just quickly open DMs as Eddie, even as Eddie's talking to me, like multitasking, and go, "Hi, it's like, hi Courtney, this is Diana with Game Sonar again. I wanted to reach out to you about the news about the Hydra closed caption event. Does the company have any public response, or can I get any off the record response from you? And I would like to spend a Fabula point to ensure I get a response.
Yeah.
I want to use a Fabula point to make Courtney respond to me with an answer, if possible.
Absolutely, I
With
love
permission
that.
from the GM.
Burn a Fabula point.
100. Does my zero clock go up outside of the game?
Yeah, the zero clock is representative
Hell yeah.
of
Hell yeah.
your out of character abilities. So
Hell yeah, I got one.
Beautiful. Love it. Love
yeah,
that.
you send a message off, and it's a thing where it's like Courtney is typing, and then it stops. And Courtney is typing, and then it stops. And it does that a few times before finally she gets back to you, says, "Sorry, work has been on fire today, as you might expect. Servers are under a whole lot of load, so we're getting some unexpected behavior in the game itself due to that. As you know, we're about to celebrate our 20 million player mark, and we're planning some in-game celebrations for that. We suspect that some of the content for these festivals released a little bit early, and we want to apologize to our players for any unexpected sounds or closed captioning. It was unintended, and we welcome everyone to the event that will be coming up tonight. We're very excited to share what we've been working on with you."
Diana out loud goes, "She's still so full of shit. Oh, she's so full of shit. Oh, she looks at the
And he's
text.
like, wait,
Oh,
what?
no
Who?
way." She throws her smartphone on the table to show Becky and Eddie. It's like, they have a public response, and it's about the player count again. I was thinking about this, and she pulls up her little notes about the player count and the Old Garden event possibly tied to like a concurrent player count. Like, see, now it's connecting to the Old Garden again. And if they're saying, it can't be a coincidence if this is the third time it's come up now. It can't be. There's no way it's tied to some new in-game thing. That shrine was ancient. There's no freaking way. It's like you can see she's like fired up about this, and she's kind of like showing you the text and then opening her notepad about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the energy is infectious. Like Eddie's like, yeah, no, you're right. They're trying to cover this up. We got to get to the truth, and we got to get to the truth before these other folks get there. You know, like,
Yeah.
what do you think, Bex?
Yeah, the more sort of excited Becky gets about this, the more she's sort of pulling into herself to just sort of like contain the emotions. So when you speak, she starts first saying, "I think we got to get in there."
And we smash cut to the login screens one after the other. Vroom, 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 as you all log in, the zooming graphic of you all sort of almost like blue wisps moving across a blue digital river with weird like spirit motifs in the river, zooming along, and it all opens up in the Old Garden. The air smells earthy, that sort of damp, dewy smell that it smells alive and it smells dead. The overpowering scent of just earth and mushrooms and leaves, that little under tinge of decay and rot. Not enough to be unpleasant, but enough to remind you what lurks just below this fungal forest. The mushrooms reach high up into the canopy, blotting out most of the sky. Just a few rays trickling in, illuminating a pathway into some of the main little towns and cities inside of the Old Garden itself. As you walk these paths into the city, you see all flavors of rot nymph around you. Some more rot than nymph, some more fairy-like. Some have these big moth wings on their back with almost a little smattering of dust as they flap occasionally. You see some have big, almost mosquito-like heads. Some of them are real itty-bitty, just like almost like a little beetle that is flittering about, but you know it's an NPC because it has the NPC name tag above it. Some are massive, hulking mushroom creatures, mushroom golems of some kind that tend to the forest itself. The city is carved out of these mushrooms in a way that a typical elven city in a fantasy game will be carved out of trees. These rot nymphs live in harmony with their nature, right? Of this sort of decay and this cycle of decay and rebirth. There are plenty of players here as well, sort of moving back and forth. Again, it's the whole MMO is a buzz between the recently announced 20 million player festival that is going to be starting up that Diana would note seems to be pretty much a carbon copy paste of some of their previous like celebration festivals. Something they probably hodgepodge together really quickly for some reason.
A little low effort.
Between the festival kicking off in a few hours and the Hydra Bell trying to get information, the city is absolutely abuzz.
Mercipolis, home sweet home. Welcome to my, I don't know, little hole under the log.
It smells interesting.
It's weird that you can smell it though. You wouldn't think with the VR you'd be able to, and yet and yet.
AAA games, right? It's amazing what they spend on. It's
The
incredible.
little scent sprayers that they stick on your nose. It's amazing what they do these days.
Yeah, and imagine spawning here. Imagine spending the first 10 levels here.
Ugh. Yeah, that's dedication. That's passion, right?
It's called min-maxing. Let's go.
Yeah, you make your way through the city, and the first stop is Mama Foss. In terms of information brokers, Mama Foss is the one who runs the show. Her in-game lore is that she used to run some sort of essentially rot nymph bordello. Wasn't popular outside of other rot nymphs. Most of the other races in the world not interested in that, but it got her enough prestige that she was able to start buying out the contracts of the people that were working there, working in other bordellos, and eventually flipped it and essentially had this spy network that was already embedded all throughout the old garden and beyond of these people that are very loyal to her because she bought out their contracts, increased their like quality of life, things like that, and were very good at social manipulation, getting that type of information. And right now she lives in the old bordello, and that's the zone title that pops up as you walk inside. It's the least old garden looking building here. It looks like they tried to make a like typical like kingdom building, like you would stack up rocks to make like a brick building with a thatched roof or things like that, but they did it all with like mushroom pieces, so it looks really bizarre. It's like someone described what a house is supposed to look like, and they did the best they could. Nevertheless, you walk inside, and the Bordello itself is also abuzz with NPCs sort of running back and forth. There's a lot of quests that come from Mama Foss as well, so you see a lot of like instanced conversations happening where the avatars are just standing there silently, but you know they're in conversation with like an instanced version of Mama Foss. Mama Foss herself is a short, squat mushroom person with a sort of thick green layer of moss on top of her head, you could call it, that is fashioned up in a sort of beehive hairdo.
Mm.
And as you all walk in, she looks over to the group and says, "Hey, Hollow Point Phoebe, what's cooking, sugar?"
Hey, Big Mama. Don't worry, I got half of my faction quests from her. She's great. Have you heard about the Hydra business going on? We got it up top, real buzzing.
All right, give me a willpower insight.
You do that. That's 14.
Whew.
Right.
Yeah, all
9 and
these
5s.
people been coming in here asking about this Hydra. Ain't never been a Hydra in these parts.
Really?
No, none of my girls, none of them know what's going on.
Oh.
But
I'm not talking about these parts, though. Come on, you know more than about just the old garden.
I mean, people run around everywhere looking for this thing. But I do got something for you.
Hit me.
And you see the faction check passed. Faction reputation above 200. Now, Sugar, this information don't come free. What can you do for Mama Foss?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, what do you need getting done?
And here I'll say Tankley's just sort of flexes a little bit with their arms crossed, like right behind them.
She'll do a little thumb point.
Yeah. And just big grin. Not trying to be intimidating, just like reminder that I exist here.
Yeah.
Picked up some raw meat.
You sure did, Sugar. Now, I could use some help. You see, one of the rot blooms, she's about to bloom, right? Corey has been tending to her garden for a long time, and it's about time another one came due. I need you and your friends here to go and shepherd in the new bloom. You understand?
Well enough, and I'm sure there will be someone along the way to explain it more than me.
Now, ain't no one but Mama Foss and Corey herself know about this.
The same motion that Diana did in the real world.
Now, you would recognize Corey as essentially the leader of the Old Garden faction. She is a difficult to find NPC that sort of wanders throughout the Old Garden itself. For enemy factions, she functions as a sort of raid boss, but for the Old Garden faction, she functions as essentially your high-level quest giver. If you can find her. There have been attempts to sort of like figure out her route, and there's an idea of like where she typically goes and like places to check, but as far as people can tell online, the route is pretty randomized, and there's a lot of grumbling around like finding Corey, especially for newer players that jump into the Old Garden faction first. But while you've seen guides about finding Corey and some of Corey's quests, they're typically for higher level characters than you need to get for your guides. So Diana hasn't actually had to find Kore or interact with her in-game quite yet.
I've heard a lot about her, but it's just a matter of tracing roots. I mean, I think there have been comparisons to like having to lawn mow through the old garden in order to actually get anywhere with trying to find her, because it could be any number of 20 little gardening spots. It's a crapshoot.
I mean, maybe it is for mere mortals, but we got Becky Beats, so I'm feeling good about our chances.
I'll accept the quest if Mama's popped up a pop-up for me.
Yeah, the pop-up pops up, and it's actually the first time you've seen this pop-up. It pops up, bring, unique quest. If you accept this quest, other players will not have access to it. This quest has a time limit of 2 hours.
Screenshot immediately. Immediately screenshot that. But outside of that, I kind of walk a little bit over because I know it kind of follows the center of my character. So I walk over so the other two can see my pop-up. And you two ever seen one of these?
I mean, in Olympus, not yet. This is exciting. This is really exciting, Diana.
I think I kind of look at Becky and grin. Start the clock, Mama Foss, and I'll click the quest accepts.
Good luck, sugar. She blows a quick kiss as you all make your way out. Now, let's see how quickly you can find Kore, the plutonium right hand. Give me... this is going to be a Dex Insight roll. It'll be a group roll.
Oh,
so
I'm good at those.
Who wants to lead it?
I'll lead it. I'd love to lead it.
Please.
All right. So our two supporting rolls, you make the same roll. If you get a 10 or higher, it will give Phoebe +1 to her roll.
Hey, I got an 11. Woo! That's really exciting for something that deals with insight.
I was going to say.
I also got an 11.
Hey!
Great. So that's a +2 to your roll. What'd you get, Phoebe?
Let's see. It is an 8, unfortunately.
But that is +2.
With +2.
So that 8 includes the +2?
I go with a 6 total with a +2, unfortunately.
Would you like to spend a Fabula point?
I was about to say, God, I am curious what I imagine there have been screenshots of her, so we know what she looks like. But holy shit, does she look tall? I want to find her.
As you, so you can use the,
I'll reroll.
The reroll. As you sort of pull up on your second screen, essentially, the trying to find information. There are other unique quests that exist in Olympus, and there are guides on some of them. Some are more unique than others. And this is the quest that you were reminded of earlier. You're pretty sure that is tied to that player count. But you're able to get a little bit of information on that quest line, and that helps you to hopefully find Kore. What's your reroll?
Oh, that'll be a 10 with the reroll.
Great. That is enough to find Kore herself. And then give me an insight while we're here.
Can do, buckaroo. That'll be a 9.
A 9. All right. You're not able to get any further information on the quest. Unfortunately, the people, most of the people who have gotten this don't fully video record all of their stuff like you do. So it's mostly what people talk about in the forums for this quest. After hunting for about half an hour, leaving you an hour and a half on your quest timer, which is pretty good time in terms of a Kore hunt. You hit all of the hot spots, and you eventually find her. You almost walked past her. She is standing incredibly still. She is unimaginably tall. She reaches up into the canopy just like the mushrooms around her, and at first glance just looks to be this large, beautiful flower with these flowing black petals up near the canopy, where Hollow Point Phoebe is sort of half plant, half corpse. Kore is more half plant, half spirit. You can see the sort of blue tendrils of spirits coming out almost like smoke from between the leafy body that she has. And at the top near the canopy, you see a mixture of these beautiful black petals and these softly glowing blue petals made of that same spiritual essence. And as you walk up to Kore to actually interact with her, she bends and you see a face in the middle of this spread of petals that has these slit eyes that are almost bird-like, sitting in the middle of a glowing blue orb, essentially, of a head.
Above table question for
Yeah.
my next piece of dialogue. What's the name of the company that runs Olympus?
The company that runs Olympus is Greek Games.
Okay. Alright, cool. I think Phoebe kind of looks up and is like, Greek Games really outdid themselves. They could have made Persephone really boring. They didn't do that. It's kind of pointing up at her.
They got those AAA dollars, right? I gotta spend them somewhere.
Yeah. Hail, Kore, Blasted Queen. She's kind of like waving a little bit to see if she's even getting her attention. Like, I don't know if this is working.
Yeah. Kore kneels down. Even kneeling, she's still twice as tall as Tankles, right? But still getting closer to the ground. Even just being near her, you can feel how much of a pain in the ass this raid boss would be if you were part of a different faction. But she speaks in a sort of soft, ethereal voice as she kneels down. Hail, child of the rot.
Mama Foss said you had a bloom in need of protecting.
Yes. Our newest rot blossom is ready to bloom. I need a gardener to help welcome her into the world.
Well, you got 3 sets of cheers right here. Where do you need us?
I see. And if Foss trusts you, and your reputation rings true, you could be the ones I'm looking for. Please, follow me to my garden. A pop-up shows up on your screen. It says, would you like to enter the instance Garden of Decay?
And Becky's already got it. Once again, I look for confirmation and I guess he's there.
Just got it done.
Becky don't wait for no one.
Mm-mm.
You
No.
instance in, vroom, vroom, and you find yourself in the middle of a field. This field was clearly a farm at some point. You can see the rows of tilled land, but hasn't been kept up with, or it's out of season or something, who knows, right? But in the middle of it, at the same size as Hollow Point Phoebe, is something between the alien eggs from Alien and a head of cabbage. Just cut in the middle of those two, and that's what you're looking at here. Make it bigger, right?
Oof. What I really want to know is, what does the smell like?
As we've established that we have some form of smell recognition.
Yeah, y'all got top-of-the-line VR sets. Of course you have smell. Yeah, the smell in this area, the decay is stronger, especially as you get closer to this pod in the middle. It's almost as if this is what's generating the putrid smell that's been underlying everything around you. This sour, pungent smell.
I dub the
a
stench
corpse flower?
blossom.
Stint blossom. Berry corpse flower, exactly.
Yeah. Diana, I gotta thank you for giving the advice that we shouldn't eat before we went on this mission. I'm
The
really
art team
grateful
did a
for
good
it.
job, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, maybe too good in this moment, but really, thank you, because you didn't have to do me that kind, or do both of us that kindness, and I'm really grateful right now. You know,
I mean, hey, aren't you glad you're not fighting her? She's one of the few enemies in the game that deals the radiation condition.
Oh.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of want to throw hands at some point. You know, like I just want to know that I can hang. But not now, not in the way of what we're doing. Just like eventually, I kind of want to try everything. You know, a little this, a little of that.
That art style, though, half Georgia O'Keeffe, half Hieronymus Bosch.
I love it.
Get a little Geiger in there, and it's
Yeah.
Jessica.
The Geiger is where we are, right? I mean, we're in the Geiger right now, isn't that? Yeah.
Geiger and Geiger.
Yeah. Geiger's on Geiger. Yeah.
As you approach the pod, the egg, the vessel, the thing in the middle of the field, you were able to get one piece of information about this quest when you were scrawling the forums, Diana. The one piece of information that you got is that there are basically two routes for this quest. You can either immediately destroy the seed pod. If you destroy it, then it will damage your reputation with the garden, but if someone else destroys it and you don't deal any damage to it, your reputation is safe. If it's destroyed, there's a very powerful, unique magic item inside. It's been different every time. However, the encounter will start soon, and if you protect this seed pod throughout the entirety of the encounter, you will instead get a rare, in general rare, but in this case also unique, NPC companion.
Okay, so guys, I'm gonna offer you two options, but I am begging you not to pick one of them for my sake. We could break the pod. I say that part a little quieter in case the looming plant goddess hears me. But to break the pod, meaning I go down 50 reputation points, you get a rare item, but like, I mean, look at this place. You can get a rare item like by skipping a stone the right way.
Sure.
Or we do a little wave clearing. I don't know how bad it is actually. I was gonna say it's not too bad. I can't promise you that. But it's just a bit of wave clearing, and we get a companion.
Bex?
I feel like it would be an insult to not face these waves.
I mean, I agree. I want these waves to get to meet me, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how could I deprive them of that? Anyway, we don't want to mess with your reputation.
It did take a while, I can't lie. It's a bit of a grind to actually get this putrid landscape to like you.
I get that. That's fair. I don't want to make you have to deal with the smell any longer than you have to already. You know? So we could avoid that. And I got to be honest, I'm a lot more excited. I mean, look, this is a little bit selfish. Like, I'm not going to take any like weapons or armor anyway on my side. So I'd go with whatever y'all want. But like, unlocking unique content is a lot more interesting. So like getting this NPC and then like whatever comes from that sounds way cooler, right?
Plus, when I see reports of unique NPC, unique item makes sense. Unique rare item, they can generate that in the code. I don't know what unique NPC means when that pops out.
I mean, think about it. They had to record all the dialogue for that. They had to program that in. They've got an AI for that. Like, sounds like...
Hey, unique quest. This means that other players can't. You do it. I mean, is there like a timer running for when the wave comes?
It's basically once you get close enough to the seed pod, the waves will start.
All right.
Gotcha.
Are we able to do any prep stuff? And this is as much an above table question as anything else. Are we able to do any prep stuff before we step in? Like, do we know we're stepping in? Like, can I show up with Theriomorphosis on already? Or
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I think that is going to happen. I think that if we're settling on the decision, Tankleys is going to have that glistening smile. You're going to see a little bit of lightning crackle across his eyes and over his big old paws. And just do a little growl purr, kind of ready to go. Yeah.
All right. As you approach the seed pod, give me our initiative roll. Tankleys, I assume, leading with your plus 11.
Come on, Lino.
Correct. I'm sorry, because I had to ask last session too. Can you remind me what the base 2 are for the initiative?
That is Dex plus willpower.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right, so it's going to be 2 8s. Alrighty, so that is a 21 initiative roll.
Yep, you sure go first.
I also think that I'm going to spend 10 mind points to use high speed, which I picked up as a rogue option. So the start of the conflict, I'm able to either perform a free attack or perform a hinder or objective action. I know that you still need to set the scene, so I'm not sure which of those I'd want to do yet, but I just wanted to go ahead and share that's my intent.
Setting the stage that I'm doing it.
Well, that I'd like to, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
As you step in, around the field spawns in, like spiraling out like drills almost, these 3 flowers that look almost like smaller versions of the seed pod that had little white flower on top of it, but it's all curled up. It hasn't opened yet. And you see some objective markers, ding, 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 show up on your screen that says, complete the ritual. Corpse Blossom 1, Corpse Blossom 2, Corpse Blossom 3. And a tornado, just as you're reading that, of this blue spectral energy surrounds the field. You recognize this as the same sort of effect that exists on the Styx Soulway that you use for fast travel. But now there are these spirits trying to pull out of this tornado.
Love it.
And as they do, we get 2 of these spirits that have pulled out thus far that are immediately going for this seed pod in the middle of the field.
So, question.
Yeah.
With high speed, it does say free attack with a weapon you have equipped, so I assume it's limited to physical attacks.
Yeah.
Copy. Okay. So I think what Tankleys is going to do is going to run up, place his body between the seed pod and these two oncoming spirits, and the first to get closest, going to try to clock across the jaw or whatever they have that's closest to a jaw.
Absolutely. Give me an attack roll.
Yep.
If they're not
So-
flying too high up.
Yeah. So let's see here. All right. So that is a 17 to hit.
Sure hits.
Beautiful. All right. So the higher of those was 10. Sorry, let me look here. So that is going to be 25 bolt damage, and they are slowed.
All right. You wham, slam in, but it doesn't have the same effect that you would have expected from such a hit.
Copy. I clock that. Is it okay? Are we at the top of the order now?
Yep.
Great. Is it okay with everybody else if I make this a 1-2 punch and go in for a second move?
Absolutely.
You
Great.
got something, go for it. I know what I'm doing on my turn.
So I noticed and was annoyed by the fact that this there seems to be some kind of resistance to bolt damage here. So I want to test something out, and I look at the one that I just hit, and I say, "What? You think you're tough?" And I use Mind Theft on it, which allows me to choose the damage type I apply, and I'd like to apply light damage to it.
Absolutely.
And it says it suffers high roll plus 15.
Yeah, give me
and
an
that-
attack roll.
Perfect. So for this, it is willpower plus might.
Mhm.
So let me grab the right one for this.
You can just pick any damage type. That's crazy.
Yep, it's beautiful. Willpower plus might. Okay, so that is a 10 to hit. Does a 10 hit?
A 10 does not quite hit. As you attempt to reach out into this thing's mind, you are rebuffed by the torrenting spirits around it.
Feel a little bit of a headache there. I'm like, this VR is too good.
All right. The spirit that you did that punch to is going to look up and... I didn't pre-roll these like a fool, like I said I was going to.
No, don't worry.
That is a 16 to hit, which I think hits everyone.
Yeah.
So, everyone takes 23 dark damage. As it...
Sorry, but was it be a range attack?
It is a magic attack.
Is that separate? Is that different?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, continue. Wow.
As it says something that Phoebe, you recognize as like the old garden like language, and you get subtitles on your screen that says, "Oh ferryman, please bring us the darkness we so deserve," as these sort of black, almost like fog projectiles, wham, slam into the three of you.
May I take my turn?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Phoebe, with her cloak, kind of pushes the smoke away, being immune to dark damage, and then props their rifle up. And gonna take a barrage shot hitting the two snipers, and is actually going to kind of blink. It's gonna kind of like even close their eye with their other eye, with their living eye for a minute, as like a sort of black spot with a light outline slips from their eye, wraps around their blaster, goes into one of the vents, and the white light gathering starts to turn a pitch black. As I'm gonna fire up two shots. As I'm gonna fire a shot at both of the spirits.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do with a +3. That'll be a 14 to hit.
A 14 hits.
Alright, that will be 22 dark damage to both spirits.
Awesome. You line up your shot, fire off, and as you pull the trigger, you realize your mistake. Because this is your zone. This is your home zone. You're immune to dark. And as that dark bolt hits the spirit, it fizzles into nothing.
Damn. Is it Can I ask, is it a resistance or immunity?
It doesn't seem to have affected the spirit at all.
Okay, interesting. So I do put immunity and resistance. Unfortunate. Interesting. Unfortunate. All right, that'll be my turn.
All right. The second spirit is going to rush in for the seed pod. And it's zooms in and it sets up, like it floats up just a little bit higher, a couple feet from the seed pod, and you see is almost like a Dementor from the series that will not be named. It begins sucking energy from the seed pod and ticks up the seed pod clock.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
Becky
Becky.
was going to do something, but now Becky's in crisis. So she realizes that she needs to just do a heal spell to get back out of that before she could be taken out. So I'm going to spend that. Anyone else need healing?
Honestly, as hard as they hit, maybe wait till the next round.
Okay.
Please.
So I will just do 1 for 10 MP and heal myself.
Great.
So, there we go. Back to 36. So she waves her little book around in the simplest possible glyph that exists on the server, and is surrounded by a white light and healed.
You heal up, and that brings us top of the round. Who wants it?
If y'all don't mind, Tankley is pretty mad, and Eddie, knowing that light damage is almost definitely the thing he needs to use here, is going to need to focus actually on the use of mind theft. So he gets in there with Tankley's, and Tankley's turns his attention over to the to the spirit attacking the seed pod, and says, "Hey, don't look at that! Look at me!" and pulls mind theft again, with light damage intended, and that is a that is a double. Okay, so that is +1, 16. The 16 hit?
A 16 hits. You said it was 2 8s?
No, because that would be 17. No, you're right. It is 2 8s. So 17.
Okay, 2
That's
8s
great.
is a crit. That means you get an opportunity.
Ooh, how does that work? I'm sorry, since it's the first time that we do this.
Yeah, opportunity. If you roll the same number on both dice, that's a critical success. So you'll automatically succeed, and you get to pick an opportunity. There's a list of opportunities in the handy-dandy cheat sheet that Tower made for the group. Thank you, Tower.
Did not make it. Totally found it on Reddit, but I appreciate the thanks regardless.
That Tower made with their own 2 hands, blood, sweat, and tears.
Sweats and my vim and my vigor.
Mhm.
But you get to pick one additional effect as well as hitting them with your mind theft.
Beautiful. Love that. So I'm actually interested if this seems applicable. I'm potentially interested in seeing if I can use this opportunity to progress a clock in our favor. It says that one of the things that opportunities can do is fill or erase up to 2 sections on a clock. Does that sound viable? Okay.
Yeah, so you could either fill up one of these corpse bloom clocks or erase the seed pod clock.
Okay. I'm leaning toward, given the intent, erasing the seed pod clock, but I'd love to ask the table strategically, what's the preference?
I'm leaning towards the quartz blossom clocks because it seems like that's the goal. We were told to complete the ritual.
Plus, if we get too done on one. Between me and Becky, we can get those other 2 objective points down.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Then let's do it. Let's fill 2,
I can
please.
get rid
on the
of
first
1
corpse
corpse
flower.
flower.
Absolutely. So you, fueled by your rage and seeing that Becky needed to use a heal, you leech from this thing's mind. Your how much damage was it?
23 light damage.
23. This hits exactly how you expected it to. It seems to almost straight up kill this creature. But not quite as you. And the creature sort of lets out a shriek, and the whatever it was pulling from this seed pod in the middle, it showers the area around it with, and that hits one of the nearby corpse blooms, and you see it begin to unfurl, but not quite all the way yet.
Perfect. And I take half of that, so I imagine rounded down 11, back in mind points also. So I gain 11 back.
Nice. Yeah. That spirit, pretty mad at you. It's going to turn around and it's going to go ahead and try and take an attack on Tankles. It is going to take a scratch at you. But I assume a 7 doesn't quite hit.
It does not.
All right, the spirit turns around and tries to swipe through you, and it does exactly that. It swipes straight through you, but you don't feel any sort of effect as it does so. So we pass back to the player turn.
Mind if I take this?
Go for it. I'm still
All right.
thinking.
Cool. So Becky is flashing back in her memory to when she read the game guide for this quest. What did it say to do with these flowers?
Yeah. This is a study action, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm. Study action.
Let's get
Flashes on my internet till I study.
All right. So that is a 12.
A 12. Awesome. So with a 12, you can either go to these things and pour mana into them, or mind points, rather. It seems like each one needs about 40 mind points to fully bloom. Or you can lure the spirits near them and kill the spirits near them, which will have the same effect of about 20 mind points. You also know that these spirits will keep spawning, and eventually tougher spirits will spawn.
I see.
We need to keep the seed pod alive and get the flowers to bloom.
Whew, all right. 40 mind points is a lot. That would debilitate me severely. So I will communicate to Tankles to start killing them near the blossoms.
Understood.
I mean, that's... I did a study action, so...
Yeah, does Flash of Insight trigger?
Oh, I got...
You got 12 on the roll.
I got 12. That does not trigger Flash of Insight. It needs a 13 or higher.
13? I thought it was 12 or higher. Gotcha. All right. Great. So that brings us to the other spirit. This spirit is going to go ahead and take a swipe at the seed pod. They are not rolling great for attacking the seed pod. And tick the clock up by 1 as we brings us to Phoebe.
Yeah, I think you hear Diana psychically through Tankles' link going, shit. I literally have nothing I can do against these guys. As she's kind of like ducking like around the other corner of the seed pod, trying to think of what to do. I think. Well, so I think what's the way to do this? So,
You'd make great bait.
you see, if I hear that through the psychic link, frankly, it says she looks up. You know, for once in my MMO career, I think I might make good bait. And then she's going to run out from the other side of the seed pod and just fire off a volley of bolt shots, not even meaningly attempting to, like, get them to land, frankly, just quantity over quality. As she's just trying to, then she's like kind of shouting at the spirits, and she'll put on a toggle to say it in the old tongue language for a couple sentences, as she's just shouting to get their attention and telling them, like, "Hey, come over here, you want to go back to your maker again."
All right. I love that. So we have a couple options here. There is no taunt action that exists here, but I do like where this is going a lot. We can do a willpower roll, contested by their willpower, or you can spend a Fabula point to change the game here to basically make you a spirit magnet.
I have one Fabula point left is the problem. I'm kind of running low on them. But I also get points on my clock when that happens. Also, wait, so the thing about, sorry, just about to a question, it's that there's a, with when you take damage. It's not just when you're hit. It's when you take damage, your personal clock fills up. I was immune to the damage, so I was trying to see if I could be cheeky with it. I think I'm gonna attempt willpower, despite the fact I'm not very good at it.
All right. Good luck.
I rolled it.
Yeah.
That's a 9.
All right. They did not roll a 9. They rolled a 16. They also rolled 2 8s.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
They got a advantage against me.
So what happens is you're like, hey, over here, and digging up out of the ground in front of you, this shambling, hulking plant monster pushes itself up onto the field, and it's going to take
You kidding me?
its turn.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
That's fine. Y'all are fine.
I'm fine. I'm pretty
Doing
sure
great.
I'm completely fine because I have a healer with mind points to spend if need be.
A shambling monster is just going after our glass tank. What could go wrong?
It's
glass cannon.
There's a chance it could do dark damage, and I'm fine. There's a chance.
There's
There's
a
a chance.
Why would it do physical damage? Yeah.
Right?
Why would it do this damage? Why would it punch me with the big fist?
Does
I would
an
never do
11
that.
hit, Phoebe?
An 11 is my defense. Is it meets it beats it?
It is meets it beats it.
So then it
So-
beats it.
And 11 hits. You take 12 damage as this thing just spews poison breath.
Oh, I am immune to poison damage as well.
Great.
I breathe it in and I suck it back in its face.
Love it.
I'm
As,
dead, idiot.
as we come back
I didn't
top of
think
the
that
round.
So Tankleys was 100% like Eddie was 100% ready to run after Diana over there, but then as Tankleys he sees this exchange, he's like, "Oh, she's fine," and he goes back to finish off the spirit that he nearly took out, and he just gives that spirit a withering look and says, "Pathetic," and hits with mind theft.
All right.
And no, it doesn't do anything. It's a 5. 5 to hit.
Pathetic. But you were so busy posturing that you didn't quite get that link you needed as the Mind Theft misses.
Yeah.
It is going to continue its attempts to assault you, Eddie.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
Yeah. Super
All right.
duper hits.
It scratches its claws through you, but this time you see like the effect of it, like almost pulling your soul out of your body as it catches this time, pulls through for 16 physical damage, and you see that it like takes a little bit of this blue material that it pulled from you and brings it to its mouth and eats it.
Ugh. In our mind link, Bex, I can use that heal, and I'm in crisis, and I add 3 to my clock for my 0 power. Does not trigger the 0 power yet. I'm 1 away from that, but I am hellbent on revenge. Looking at this thing, being like, I'm gonna eat you, and that's
Going to eat you.
yeah. Well, it ate a part of me, right?
Sera said, I'm going to eat you.
All right, are we back to play around?
Back to players.
All right. Question: does spending a Fabula point burn my action
Depends on what you spend it for.
to change the world?
It would not burn your action for that, no.
Okay. All right. So I would like to spend a Fabula point because I have a lot, actually.
You do. I've seen it.
I get 1 every time we go into a combat, so that's a thing.
Wow.
So I'm going to spend 1 to Becky pulls up a terminal window like she is wont to do, and does a little bit of just light hacking, just the tiniest smidge of hacking to pull in this blue-gray field inwards to keep the track narrow, so that if the spirits want to get to the seed pod, they gotta go through the blossoms.
I love that. Absolutely. You
Right.
position this tornado in a way that gets the blossoms between the spirits and the central seed pod, and get it lined up in a way that's much more advantageous to y'all. It'll make it a lot easier to get those spirit hits or kills to land on a corpse bloom.
Excellent. And then I am going to spend 10 more MP to heal Tankly's.
Thank you.
So that will heal you for, can't remember, 40 hit points.
Ooh, and I'm back up to full health.
And it also, because of my support magic, you will get a +1 to your next check in the current scene.
Yes,
Nice.
I will. Bex, I love you, Bex. Thank you.
You know it.
All right. And then our second spirit is going to take a swipe at the seed pod. Again, they're rolling real low on these seed pod hits. Brings our clock to 3 out of 8 for the seed pod as we come to Phoebe.
Okay. I have a guy right in front of me. If I want to make an effective shot against him, I need to get range, though, because he's right on top of me, yes?
No. Like, systematically, not really. You don't get any disadvantages from shooting this close.
Perfect. Cool. Wasn't sure if there was a difference. I think in that case, I might just be like, well, maybe it'll work against you. I'm going to put it right up against his chin, and I'm going to fire just a plain old bolt shot.
Absolutely. Give me an attack roll. And
Will
while you're doing
do.
that for our viewers, Fabula doesn't really take distance into account in the same way that a turn-based RPG doesn't really take distance into account. Sometimes there'll be like a front line, a back line type mechanic. But for the most part, if you're in combat, you can pretty much hit anything around you. We add a little bit more flavor around like our last combat and Tankleys being able to stop the boars from getting to like the back line or things like that. But that is all flavor and fiction. Mechanically, there's not much like distance involved at all.
We have theater of the mind by the throat. That'll be a 10 to hit. I don't know if that'll do it.
A 10 does hit.
Hey.
Oh, cool. So my high roll for that was a 6, so that means 6 plus that will be 18 bolt damage to the jaw of this thing.
Absolutely. As you fire off your rifle, the bullet cuts through as the thing goes, poison breath still spewing up into the air as it staggers backwards, clearly affected by the bolt.
Yeah, I think she's just going to try and like see if she can sweep through its legs and start to run towards the corpse blossoms.
Yeah. And that will be what you do for your next turn. For this thing is going to take they're going to attempt to attack you again, this time swinging at you with its big meaty hands.
Finally, something that can hurt me. I'm
All
dead.
right, that is a 19 to hit.
Oof.
That will 100% hit, my guy.
All right, and that will be 22 damage as this thing whomp, straight dead center of your head as it swings its stalky hands down.
You see, one of Phoebe's arms comes clean off as she's running, and she has to rush back to grab it and start to like tendril reattach it at the shoulder. As the arm is still kind of limp as she's running towards the corpse flower at this point, but you can see it's starting to reattach. She's not looking good after that.
Oof.
That brings us
Just
top of
letting
the
you
round.
know.
So Eddie clocks that, is concerned about it, knows that he needs to finish off what is now his mortal enemy, what has made itself his mortal enemy, who he will destroy, and wants to be able to run over that way. Is there a limit above table to how many Fabula points you can use in a specific round if you use it for different things? Like if I use one to create, not as an action, like an alteration in the world, and then if I needed to use one again, let's say to invoke a trait to re-roll something, would both of those things be able to happen in one turn, or I'd have to
Absolutely.
choose?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the only limitation, and I can check this off camera later, is that you cannot apply 2 Fabula points to the same roll.
Perfect. Okay, so I think, given these 2 points of focus, what Eddie / Tankleys wants to do, what the Eddie side wants to do, is scan the terrain around Diana, around Phoebe, to see what might exist there that could be beneficial. And I think that what he's going to spot, that he's going to use his navigation to tell Diana telepathically, is, hey, I think there's a cache hidden right behind you with a remedy hidden inside of it that you can pull out in order to heal some hit points. And so the way that I'd like to spend that Fabula point, taking me from 4 to 3, is to change the world so that there is a cache with a remedy hidden inside of it, right behind like this sort of gross pod looking thing that is right next to where Hollow Point Phoebe fell down. Actually, right next to where Phoebe picked up her arm. Right, is where I would suggest it would be.
Yeah, I will say that it will take an action to open the cache and actually take the thing, but
Sure.
yeah, you can absolutely use a Fabula point for that instead of the inventory points.
Thank you, appreciate that. And I just wanted to have it near Phoebe also, because I don't know how far away we are. And then the sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going, thank you.
Happy to do it. And then the attack is going to be just turning my attention back to, again, my mortal enemy as Tankleys. I'm going to just rise up as big as I can over this thing, and I'm going to say, "Get in my belly," and I'm going to hit it with a mind theft.
Got this. I believe in you.
Thank
This
you.
is the one.
Here's
Eddie
hoping.
plays stage
As a
perfectly.
backup, I have another Fabula point waiting for a reroll on one of these.
Right.
All right, so that is going to require, I think, a Fabula point because a 10 does not hit, right?
Not quite.
Okay. So I would like to spend a Fabula point invoking my creativity to find a more interesting way to intimidate this creature. I'm really trying to put a lot of it. This is a very detailed, well-designed VR, right? So I want to put a lot of it in my face. Like I'm really trying to perform this intimidation as hard as I can, get in its head. That's going to take me down to 2 Fabula points.
Do not forget your +1.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, good call.
Oh, hey.
That was an 11.
Okay,
Even
so that's a 10 plus 1 plus the 5, so that's 16. The 16 hit?
absolutely hits.
Woo! All right,
Dankly.
that is a 16 for 25 light damage, and I get 12 mind points back for that. Okay.
Absolutely. Take this thing and you, like you're slurping it from a straw, just suck all of the mana out of this thing.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, there's so much more soul sucking in this scene than I am comfortable with.
Give me a dexterity willpower roll.
Yes.
I'm gonna see if you have intimidated this thing enough to get it to one of the corpse blooms before you killed it.
That
And
is
eat too much of his MP.
that is a 9 for me.
A 9 doesn't quite do it, but you can invoke your bond with Becky because of what Becky did to rearrange the corpse blooms,
Love that.
and that will get you to a 10. That will pass.
Beautiful. Done. And that takes me down to 1 Fabula point. Fully invoked, and just as flavor, over to Bex. I'm like, Bex, thank you so much. I know I can always count on you.
Absolutely. As you, Becky, foreseeing that you would need this corpse bloom closer to you, got you set up in just the way you needed with that little bit of light hacking as the spirit particles land and the corpse bloom fully unfurls, and you see a thin white tendril connect the flower center to the seed pod.
Love that.
That's not all is good in the world of this seed pod. It's still under assault from our other spirit that is going to hit it for a little bit more forcefully after seeing its brethren get slurped up like a soup. Bring our seed pod clock to 5 out of 8 as we come back to players.
That's a little scary. That's a little close to comfort.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Mm-mm.
Let me see. You have something, Becky? You see, it looks like your gears are turning.
I'm trying. I'm working on it.
Well, if in that case, I might just spend my turn quickly rushing over to the little hidden alcove that Pankwick pointed out and see if I can slurp up the you know how sometimes a boss will have like the little MP or HP upgrades scattered around the arena. I just got lucky with that one. See if I can quickly crush or drink that.
I will say, before you do that, you can take the objective action to try and set this clock back.
Oh, that can set one back. That's so true. I might actually do that first. Yeah, I think okay, it takes MP is the only thing, and I don't have a lot of it. If
So this
will I have
clock
to sacrifice
doesn't.
MP? Oh, okay. Oh, that one. I'm getting
Yeah.
all
So
confused.
now that y'all have gotten into the encounter and have been able to sort of parse it a little bit more, the seed pod you can tend to. It is an insight willpower check. and that is an objective check that you can use to set back the seed pod clock. The corpse blooms, those you do have to spend mind points in order to fill up with the objective roll. So it's still a roll to see how much you can fill it up, and then you spend mind points up to the amount that you would like to use for those objectives. But the actual tending to the OG seed pod does not require mind points.
Okay.
I'm looking a little low, I will say, but I think it might be worth it to try to tend to it. So I think I might go quickly, kind of like I'm going to clock the little grove, and then kind of give a little nod to Tankleys, and then I'm going to, as my armor fully reconnects, I'm going to rush towards the seed pod and see if I can kind of put one hand onto it and one hand onto the ground and see if I can focus on just like rerooting it with some like fungal, like what's it called, like little strands, rooting it to the ground and rooting it to the earth so it can take more energy.
Absolutely. Give me an insight willpower check.
Will do, Captain. Like everything except Dex and Insight, with that it'll be a D6 and a D10. That'll be a 15 though.
A 15. Nice. That is enough to set this clock fully back 3 points.
Woo!
Bring us
I'm so
to...
sorry, actually. I'm so sorry. I accidentally did my little dicing wrong. It was a 13.
Alright, a 13 is only 2 sections. But
Still
still,
two
that brings
sections.
us to 3 out of 8 instead of 5 out of 8.
That's
That
great.
is
Much better.
better.
Much better. As Phoebe's just gonna turn around the corner and just make sure Becky and Tankleys are covering her back. Just like, keep aggro off me, please.
Mhm.
Okay. Speaking of aggro, this shambling creature is going to attempt to rush Tankleys as you've gotten further out of its range.
Mhm.
And it is going to once again exude this poisonous breath. That is a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. That is 15 damage as it spills out this poisonous breath that you just... and it almost makes you throw up in your headset. It does not smell good. You remember why maybe you should turn your scent off.
Oh, so well designed.
It's unbearable.
And then
But-
I go, thank you. And you see Tankleys grow 3 feet in height, glistening muscles protruding out as he smiles, laughing at this shambling creature, and says, "Explosive swarm storm." Your 0 power activates.
Absolutely. You are also, however, poisoned. So your might and willpower go down a die size.
So they'll even out
They'll
because
even
that
out.
just took them up. So yeah, so might and willpower will just be normal.
Yep. As we go to Bex.
All right. So, we've been spending Fabula points like water, and I love that. I think I want to continue that. I'm gonna pull up a terminal window and just a little switch, just a little tiny switch of just a single checkbox to switch the spirits in the area here from darkness to light.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, you... Dink. With a toggle, the spirits turn from this blue color to this white, almost blinding light now, swirling around the area, and the one bright white spirit that is taking out its anger on the seed pod in the middle here.
and I say, "You know what to do, Hollow Point."
And you still got your action.
Yeah, I sure do. Who needs healing? Someone needs healing.
Phoebe.
Phoebe's looking rough at 7 HP.
Yeah, I'd say so.
7 out of 30 if I had to give you a
7 out of
scale.
41. 7 out of 41. Yeah.
All right, let's heal you back up by 40.
Oh, you're a gem. You're a gem. Thankfully, it specifically says under my undead trait that I heal normal, so I don't have to worry about healing. Oh, thank you. Yes.
To your next
All
check.
right. I'm topped off.
All right. And that brings us top of the round. Another spirit pulls itself from the vortex around y'all. But it is the player turn.
Are y'all okay with me going ham on this shambling creature in front of me?
Go ham on the sham.
Ham on the sham.
Now, go for it.
I am going to try to throw hands here, see if the bolt works on this shambling creature a little bit better, since it
worked with mine.
Right. Yeah, it seems to be. We'll see. But I am gonna just my Theomorphosis has been up this whole time. I am gonna try to clock it, just right in its stupid shambly face, just like across the front. And that is going to be Might Dex, which is great because my Dex is a little bit higher now. It's going to be 2d10s, +1, and let's see how that goes. Okay, that is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Beautiful. So that is going to be 23 bolt damage, and they are slowed.
All right. Love that for you. So 23 bolt damage, bringing them to 41 damage total. And they are slow, which will reduce their dex die by 1 size.
Beautiful.
All right. The spirit currently attacking the seed pod is going to attempt to attack once more. All right. And that will bump the clock back up to a 5 out of 8 on the seed pod as we come back to player turn.
Diana, you want to shoot that thing?
You're telling me 2 of those spirits are light spirits now.
Yeah.
And light, I've heard, can be smothered, usually.
Sure can.
I'd like to siphon a little more dark energy into my rifle, and I think I want to do a barrage shot.
Yeah. Do it.
Let's do this thing. And I add +3. That will be a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
2 dark damage.
All right. 22 dark damage as you fire off 2 shots, right? 1 to each spirit?
One of each of the ones that were turned, yeah.
Yeah. How much damage do you say?
22.
22. All right. It seems that Becky's changes have made effect because your bullet, as it hits, both of the spirits scream this high-pitched, shrill Nazgul scream in pain, clearly affected by those hits.
Oh,
The
you
Shambler...
got it. I opened the console like that. That's crazy, Becky.
The Shambler is going to attempt to attack Tankleys, this time just with a straight-up punch. It's a slugfest now. That is an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Even
right.
big still hits.
Tankleys is in his best element when in a fist fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's at his happiest, right?
Is going to swing 20 damage at you as it wham thunks dead center of mass. We come to player turn.
Bex, that hurt.
Just saying, Bex.
Every
no.
time.
I hear ya. I'm running out of juice though, so
It's
careful.
okay. It's okay. If you need it, use
What
it.
if you updated?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it my turn? Can I?
I believe so.
Okay,
you.
good. So, healing time for Tankleys.
You can
Once
start objectiving
again.
now that you're running out of MP.
Yeah. So yeah, once again, the simple, basic emotes to cast the spell and heal you up by 40.
Thank you very much.
Boom.
Back up to full health.
Sweet. And that brings us to our newcomer spirit. That newcomer spirit is going to... What was that?
Hate that.
Hate that. Yeah, that's the worst. I'm sorry. They are going to take a... actually, you see them begin to pull in light energy, charging up something. And now will be a good time to remind y'all of what you can buy with your inventory points, in case you should need to. Each of you have 6 inventory points. For 3, you get an elixir that recovers 50 mind points, or a remedy that recovers 50 hit points. For 2, you can recover from a single status effect with a tonic, or you can get an elemental shard that will make one creature suffer 10 damage, unblockable, undodgeable, of an element of your choice: air, bolt, earth, fire, or ice.
So, fun fact, with his min-maxed build, Tankleys has 8 inventory points. So if anybody needs any additional inventory support, happy to provide it.
Yep.
Eddie's all in.
And there is a remedy cache on the field somewhere.
Oh, interesting.
That brings us to the top of the round, to the players.
Question. The use of an inventory point is an action? Or
Yes.
is an action?
It's the inventory action.
Right. So I was intending to use this turn actually with what you had just shared, Sarah, to spend 3 IP to create an elixir and toss it over to Bex. Does that work for you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Great, done. So using the inventory action, Tankleys rushes over, pulls an elixir out of nowhere, because again, naked other than the belt, and just hands it over and says, "Thank you," and then just keeps running. And if this is allowable in the turn, would physically position himself between this charging up spirit and anybody vulnerable, like the seed pod, Diana, Sarah, etc.
Absolutely. You get yourself
Light
positioned.
damage, I will be vulnerable.
Huh?
Oh, sorry. I was saying if it's light damage, yeah, I'll need the protection.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So you position yourself as best you can defensively. The spirits that is wailing on the seed pod will continue.
Ooh.
But we'll only bump it up 1, so we're at 6 out of 8. That brings us to the player turn.
I think Diana is going to rush under both spirits, trying to see if she can get out of the AoE best as she can, and try to rush over to one of the corpse flowers. And I want to see if this will work.
Okay.
Could I possibly spend 3 inventory points to summon an elixir and pour it into the corpse flower?
You absolutely can.
Nice. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I want to spend the 50 mind points straight into the corpse flower.
All right. You summon up an elixir. You're clever thinking. You pour it directly into the corpse flower, and it immediately blossoms and connects, similar to the previous one, connects with light to the seed pod. Our shambler is going to shamble on over and attempt to hit Tankleys.
Okay.
Does an 11 hit?
Not when I'm in this mode.
All right. It swings at you, but it bounces off of your rock-hard abs without a single bit of pain. That brings us...
I love our off-brand Tony the Tiger.
And that brings us to Becky to finish out the round.
They're excellent.
That clock
was painful.
is looking scary.
Yeah, Becky's gonna tend to the seed pod.
Yeah, give me an insight real quick.
Insight?
Yes.
Love insight.
Woo.
10.
10. 10 is enough for you to know that you think that this could be a target for a healing spell as another way to set the clock back.
Oh, excellent. Then I'll just stamp my fingers and do a little healing.
Absolutely. And you set it back 3 clock pieces to 3 out of 8.
Wonderful.
And then our friend who has been charging up is going to release the same type of blast that you saw at the very beginning of this encounter. Let's see what they roll for it. That is an 11 to hit.
Not for
Magical
Tankleys.
defense.
Oh, if it's magical defense, then Tankleys does get hit.
Okay. Does that hit everyone?
Becky does not get hit. Becky's magic defense is 12.
Sorry, could you... Oh, yes, minus 12 too, actually.
All right, just Tankleys gets hit. Tankleys, you see, similar to like the black fog that came down, this white fog missile just comes at the 3 of you. Tankleys, just like the attack at the very beginning, instead of this black fog missile, you see this white fog missile. 3 of them come down at you, Bex, and Phoebe. But right before it hits Bex and Phoebe, you see this shimmering grid of their magical defenses deflect it. Unfortunately, yours is not as strong. You take 21 points of light damage as the missile makes contact.
I think just before it hits, I look up and I go, uh-oh. Right?
Absolutely.
Very appropriate.
Yeah.
And that brings us top of the round.
So, Eddie's aware of what Diana did with the maneuver with Eddie. Right. So I think that Eddie is going to summon out of thin air, spending another 3 inventory points, taking him down to 2, another elixir, and this time, instead of tossing it to Bex, he's just going to sprint over to the remaining Corpse Blossom and pour it out.
Absolutely. The Corpse Blossom blooms, and it connects with that central seed pod. Once all 3 are connected, the seed pod itself, you see, begins to open up. And the torrent of spirits around stops, slows, and dissipates. But you've still got these 3 to deal with in front of you.
Copy.
With that, our very focused and determined spirit friend is going to attack the seed pod. And that is going to be 2 clock sections, bumping it up to 5 out of 8. And we come back to player turn.
Yeah, sure. I mean, why not? FCC says, thank you for getting the last flower, Tankle. And she's going to
Please.
Yes,
We're friends. We're friends now. You know, I've heard it both ways. It's all right.
The greatest tank hero that Greece ever saw, and she's going to lay down over by the kind of the mound where that item is housed, and kind of use that as a bit of half cover, and is then going to switch her barrel around and charge up a shot at, so let's say, Spirit 2.
All right. You're just charging up this round?
I'm gonna do a guard and charge.
Okay.
All right.
I want to hit well.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit 2 is going to begin charging up once more.
You and me both.
Yeah. That'll be a race. That brings us to Bex.
At this point, Becky is just tired of this. Like she's like, we did the thing. Now we have to clear out these monsters. Why do we have to do that? It's just lazy. They could turn it off, but whatever. So with just disgust in her voice, she goes over to the charging spirit, takes her book, and it's like, it's a two-handed weapon too. I can't even hold one thing and the book. It's got to be a gigantic tome. Anyway, and she's going to hit it over the head.
Absolutely. Roll to hit.
That was great.
That's 2 9s.
Ooh.
Hey.
You hit and you get an opportunity. So how much damage is that?
So that's sorry, I don't look at this much. So 9 plus 6, 15.
All right.
Physical damage.
15 is enough to kill this spirit. And you also get an opportunity.
I would like information.
All right. So you want information from...
Yes.
Okay. Useful clue or detail. As the seed pod opens up, you see a gust of like frost, like as though like dry ice had just been opened up, just from within.
Interesting. All right. Thank you.
All right, and that brings us to our Shambler, which is going to attempt to attack Eddie. And again, stone hard abs completely deflects the blow that brings us top of the round. One spirit left and one Shambler.
I think Tankley is just going to turn around and be like, "Stay down," right in the face.
Absolutely.
Let's roll for that. What is the size here? Right, 10. Right. Okay. Just one, and that is going to be an 11. Does an 11 hit?
And 11 does hit.
Hey, good news. Okay, so
They're very slow.
yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be that is gonna be 22 bolt damage and slow.
All right, 22 bolt and slow. That brings it to 63 damage total. It's looking pretty damaged, but not quite dead yet. It's going to turn around and counter swing, that time getting a 19.
Yeah, no, that hits.
All right. It's, instead of aiming for your immaculate abs, takes a swing for your head, and hits you for... I just had this open. I had it in my brain, and then I lost it as soon as I closed my notes. 21 damage.
Oof. All right. How did it know about my glass jaw? Just and, looking a little worse for wear. It's like, all right, we're in the end game. I'm gonna get through it. All right.
You got this. You can do this all day.
Yeah, I can. That's right. You move. All right.
I'd love to take my shot.
All right.
Love it.
That'll be a 10.
10 to hit. A 10.
Do I need to get a fabula point to invoke a
10
bond?
does barely hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, so that'll be 16 plus, I believe, I want to say 2.
Oh,
15 plus 2, so
that-
18 volt. Sorry, no, dark. I was mistaken that. Dark damage.
is more than enough to kill them as they just shatter into a million particles across this field. How do the three of you want to team up to finish off the Shambler?
Oof.
Oh, Eddie, you're
I'm
still
gonna-
working on yours?
Honestly, respect. I'm a little upset that I am too. And I think what I'm going to do with that, if it's okay, is I'd like to just hold up the Shambler, like pick up the Shambler,
Yeah.
so that Becky, Diana, do with it what you will.
I had the last one, Becky. This one's all yours.
Oh, you brute, you brute, you brute, you brute, you brute.
You just spank this
It's like a
thing with your
rock.
book until
The rock
it,
is like cracking.
it falls.
Or like, what's it? Fungal, I forget.
It is fungal, but it's fungal cracks as it falls apart and shatters into its own death particles. As the encounter comes to a close, the seed pod fully unfurls and opens up, but strangely, Becky's hack might have had more consequences than expected, as the NPC that tumbles out of it, it looks like a smaller version of Kore almost. It's like a small, about this tall, little bulb with a black rose around its head. But instead of it being infused with the blue spiritual energy, it's infused with that white spiritual energy, giving this contrast with these white petals interspersed, these white particles sort of cutting through almost like an epoxy, like resin pour, through the body of this creature as it sort of tumbles out and like unsteadily stands up on its feet and looks at the three of you.
Hello?
Hey, little bulb.
Hey, buddy.
Hi. Am I back?
Where were you before?
It was so cold. It had teeth like a crown. Did I die? Whose
Is
memories
Corey
are
here?
these? Corey is not here.
Hmm.
You're not
Wow.
dead now, and you're safe with us. We're friends.
What do you remember?
My name is Astra. I am Astra, daughter of Kore. I'm the seed reborn. I'm the one that guides the flame.
The flame.
Snaps at Becky.
The
She has the
flame, you
torch
say?
blades.
You guide the flame? To where? For what purpose?
And the scene fades
No.
as we
Oh,
cut in
Yeah.
frost particles showing above a frozen lake. Around the lake, a crown of ivory bones that look like teeth jutting out, waiting to swallow the lake whole. You hear the sound of cracks forming on the lake's surface as the camera zooms out, and an immense serpent-like shadow slithers and spins below the ice, throwing itself over and over again against its frozen prison. And that's all we have.
Yeah! Insane hype. Ice Hydra. Let's do it! Woo!
Thank you all.
Hydra, sounds like.
Thank you all so much for joining me. I had an absolute blast today. Please hop in the Discord. If you are not there, it is the best little corner of the internet filled with the most fantastic people you've ever met or haven't met if you're not in there yet. So get in there. That's where we hang out.
Bastion, how do I get into the Discord, the Streaming Rainbow Discord? How can I find a link to the amazing Streaming Rainbow Discord?
I'm so glad you asked, Tower. If you look at the description below this video, you'll see a link that will give you exclusive access to our VIP Discord.
The gold member Discord.
First 10,000 clicks get VIP access. So make sure you get in before we take off. We'll be back next week with our next episode, episode 3. Will we learn more about the Hydra? What's going on with Astra? And will Becky's hack have more consequences than she intended? Let's find out next time on Olympus. I love all of your faces, and I can't wait to see you there. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's my opportunity.
Hi, what? What?
What do you want, ravenous beasts? Do you want my firstborn? Do you want the maidens of the village? Do you want clean river water? What?
Lima is home. Go bother her.
Yeah.
Are you satisfied? No, not yet. Okay.
Let me sing you the song of my people.
Singing the song of my people.
Father, you never feed me or pay attention to me ever.
It is dinner time. She's complaining for a legitimate reason.
Fair.
But okay.
Oh, I starve. Yes.
I need you to behave is what I need.
But baby.
Yeah.
I would be fine with her, but she sits on my keyboard.
You
I don't want her to,
misunderstand. I feel like you've forgotten though she's baby.
You're right. No, go back to your bed. I put you in there. I know you're very cute.
Go back to whence you came, dragon.
You're a menace. Absolute goddamn menace. I don't negotiate with terrorists. Yes,
Also, I need to remember to not use the word rot too much in this area. Decay, deforestation, corrosion. There's lots of more words.
Rot.
Rot,
All right.
rot.
She is... What is her actual title?
Do you want me to get... I made a couple. You made like 5. You
Yeah.
can take your pick.
Give me your titles. Let me get them written down.
The Blasted Queen. The Winterhold with an E and all that in one word. One of my favorite is the Plutonium Right Hand. And then Our Lady of Pale Cordyceps. And She Who Gardens Death. It seems like the kind of area that would have a bunch of like differing Dark Souls-like titles for one raid boss, depending on who you talk to.
Yeah. Love it.
While you've seen guides on Kore, how to find the plutonium right hand, the Lady of our Pale... nope, let me try that again. Jesus,
Sorry about
fuck.
my bullshit title.
So many titles, no.
No, I just want to be funny. You can take
No,
your
the titles
pick.
are great.
Use
I
all
love
of them.
I need to brain them correctly.
Our Lady of Pale Cordyceps
Our
is not
Lady
exactly
of
easy
Pale
to say.
Cordyceps. That should have
Yeah,
been
alright.
my vocal warm-up.
Our
Lady of Pale Cordyceps.
Exactly.
That can be
A lot
our
of
group one
signs.
now.
Yes, our
Yeah. Our Lady of Pale
Pale
Cordyceps.
Our Lady of Pale Cordyceps.
But...
What is
Oh,
in there?
also, you need to send your dice to Dice Jail Tower. What the hell?
Oh, do we have a Dice Jail channel?
Are you using digital dice?
genuine.
That's why they're infected by digital
Oh.
ghosts.
I did have
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Well, if you're doing it in like a Discord, this wouldn't apply. But when I use like D&D Beyond and stuff, the tables I run talk about the size of the window. I don't know if this is entirely in their heads, but the size of because you know I run a really big window on the GM side because I have a second screen. I use the whole screen for that. And when I roll like way better than they're rolling, they're like, "Show us the size of your window." Like they want to do the Yeah.
Listen, I'm not
we have it?
superstitious, but I am dice superstitious.
And they're not advertising an emergency patch to fix it. To fix Fitch? Really, Sarah? One moment.
And at the very top, there's this beautiful mixture of these black and these softly glowing blue. Is that right?
Is that right?
Yeah, you tell him. What's Corey look like?
You fucking narrate the scene, asshole.
Come on.
New GM unlocked.
That's great.
This little troublemaker.
Aww. Bud.
How could you be mad at a face like that?
MC, the C stands for cat. Fair.
Yeah. Master of cats.
Yes.
And we're recording on air. Mouth stretches. Need to get that on the recording. That's going to be the...
I like it. We could do we could do warm up exercises. You know,
The lips, the
red,
teeth,
leather,
the
yellow,
tip of the
leather.
tongue.
Exactly. Right. Unique New York. Yeah.
Unique New York. You know you love unique New York.
Exactly.
Betty Botter bought some butter. But she said this butter's bitter.
That's good. I love
Our
it.
great bloopers. We love our content.
Yeah. Content.